What does a podcast sound like recorded in the middle of a freakish winter storm with sketchy power sources? Well, we're going to find out in episode 31.
This is Motherhood Unmasked, the podcast for real talk about the challenges moms face. I'm your host, Vanessa Harris, but Mama, you are the hero. So leave your mask at the door. We're all friends here.
Hey there, Mama Bear. Vanessa here with compassion, candor, and clarity for you, the mom craving real talk about the challenges you face, like multiple power outages in frigid temps, and oh yeah, all of that during a pandemic. I'm so grateful that you're here and that I couldn't even record this episode. And today we're talking woman to woman. Not that we haven't been women all this time, but typically we talk mom to mom. And for sure, one of the challenges of motherhood is remembering you're a woman first and taking care of yourself as such. So I'm recording this episode during a freakish week here in Houston with frigid temps sparking multiple power outages, pun intended. It's the kind of scenario that gives you a lot of time to think about what you've been thinking about. And one of the things I confirmed wrapped in a blanket looking at the dusting of snow is I like me. It's not that I haven't always liked me, but there have been times I've had to fight to like me in response to the frequent reminders I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And if you relate to dialing yourself back so you don't stick out so much, like I do, or wearing a mask to completely transform into someone else to be liked, then this episode is for you. Because embracing you and how you're wired has everything to do with how you show up in all your roles as a woman. And if the drama of puberty, society's portrayal of the ideal woman, and female insecurities don't make it hard enough, social media is the final nail in the coffin. People will have you out here thinking you're not enough or you're too much unless you've already settled the matter in your own mind. I'm an introvert with a clear opinion and the courage to share it when I'm ready. And that's before the whole being from New York part. So when I share it, the humor or the honesty may surprise you. But that's me. Everyone doesn't like wit or candor, but that's okay. I'm my own kind of wonderful, and so are you. It's how God made you, and as long as you being you is respectful, then embrace you. You don't need anyone else's permission to do so. It's crazy how this becomes an issue for us at younger and younger ages. My daughter is a middle schooler, and I remember how shocked I was over the last couple years of school when she would give me the rundown of the day. So much drama that really amounted to girls finding each other's differences threatening. No matter how much they had in common, they ostracized each other over the one or two ways they were unique. And you remember how distressing that was as a young girl, figuring yourself out and trying to like what you discovered. You may still be there as a grown woman, but I'll tell you, like I told my daughter, you're a gem. So stop trying to look like a stone, seen by everyone, but nothing special. Gems are hidden treasures people have to discover. And like a natural gem, when they find you, they find a gem in process. Rough, uncut, but still becoming. And it's how you're handled that reveals your beauty and sparkle. And even then, sparkling and all, everyone won't appreciate you. Some people prefer emeralds to rubies. Some like the mysterious quality of a sapphire to the brilliance of a diamond. But no matter what gem you are, if you're a gem, you're priceless. And you have to believe that about yourself when you're hidden, when you're lonely, and when you're misunderstood. You have to believe you're a gem before anyone else will, no matter how many or how few in number. Because as I said before, what you believe about yourself affects how you show up in all your roles as a woman. It affects who you marry and how you conduct yourself in marriage, who you select as friends and the boundaries you set, and how you show up as a mom. So celebrate how you're wired and stop perceiving your value based on how people respond to you. Now, we're always a work in progress, and you should keep growing to become the best version of yourself. But if you're a quiet, introspective person who weighs her words before speaking, then own it. Don't accept people mislabeling you as stuck up. You're both discerning and a deep well, watering many. If you have an electric personality that lifts the energy of every room you enter, great. And don't let people categorize you as an attention seeker. You may love the attention, but you also use it to bring joy to others, and that's a blessing. If you're a take charge kind of woman with vision who knows exactly what she wants, don't let timid, wishy-washy people condemn you as aggressive with comments like she's always doing the most. Women like you are the reason things get done and injustices are exposed because you call things what they are. If you're the kind of woman who keeps to yourself, minding your own business, but quick to show mercy to those in need, that's beautiful. You may not have the bandwidth for everyday friendship, but you have the heart of a servant, popping up out of nowhere to help someone in crisis. And you can do it because you're not entangled in a bunch of obligations, making you available to be a blessing. So why dim your light to meet other people's misplaced expectations when who you are is exactly who someone needs? By the way, who you are is exactly who your children need. God knows you're wired just the way needed to shape and bring the best out of them. So please be your authentic self. And that brings us to the segment of the show called Homework, the work a woman does to build her home and family. This week's homework is celebrating you. And I mean the very things that people either love you for or not so much. Write them both out, like write them in 2 columns. Read them off, expressing gratitude for each of them by saying things like, I love that I'm bold, or quiet, or thoughtful, or fill in the blank, whatever things you are complimented for normally. Then look at the qualities that people resist about you and be honest with yourself. Are you difficult or just different? Difficult doesn't mean wrong, but it's an area where growth can occur, so embrace that. It may mean better word choice or timing in expressing yourself or developing your empathy muscle. But if you're getting the side eye just because you're different, aka unique, well, that's not your problem, so don't embrace it as one. I hope this episode serves as a big hug from me to you. I love how a listener described the podcast as me giving you a big squeeze and telling you it's going to be okay, because it really will be, even when it's scary for you to drop the mask as a woman. This idea of embracing yourself and the members of your family is something I'm so passionate about. I'll share more on it in the next episode, and I'm certainly looking forward to doing so without needing to do it by flashlight. Hey, we made it. I am so thankful that I was able to record this under these conditions. I hope all is well with you and your family wherever you are. If you have not been by to see me at my internet home, vinelifefaith.com, please consider this your official invitation. It's where you can see my latest article. It's where you'll find all of the Motherhood Unmasked episodes. And it's where you can discover the shop and see this month's t-shirt, which is Seen, Known, Loved. And most importantly, it's where you can sign up to get access to all the resources that I mention here on the podcast. So if you haven't been by to visit, come check me out at vinelifefaith.com. And please remember, when it comes to you being the mother of your children, you are the woman for the job. Take care.